This is the Ebor Handicap, Britain's richest handicap and a Melbourne Cup golden ticket race. The favourite was number 6, Ethical Diamond, after early favourite Hipop De Loire drifted on race day.
Is the last one in, subsequent's proving awkward, and his rider is getting back into the saddle there, Yashin Murphy. So we are all set for the Sky Bet Ebor. Wide across the course, single bank of 22 stalls, they leave them. French Master was slow by about 3 lengths or so. Wider out ascending presses on, Siege of Troy, Queenstown closer to the running rail with Al-Mosher as they all settle down. So Al-Mosher, Queenstown, OneSmoothoperator ridden handy. Hipop De Loire is significantly closer than 12 months ago. Ascending in the stripes, Majestic Warrior, then comes Enemy. Raiding back to the next little bunch, we've got Fleetfoot. French Master, after missing the start, is being kept wide to try and recover some of the ground. Midfield for the likes of Stressfree, Gerharber's midfield early in company with Fleetfoot. Going back from the wide out gate, London City crosses to the rails with Charles. Subsequent's right towards the back as well. But it's Queenstown in company with Majestic Warrior. French Master is wider out as they race through the first half mile. Al-Mosher comes next, and then Fleetfoot behind these. Onesmoothoperator with Shadow Dance. Enemies on the running rail just ahead of Gerharber as they now make their way to this little kink, and French Master's done a lot of running to get into that position. Leads the Ebor field. Majestic Warrior on the outside of Queenstown ascending in the stripes. Fleetfoot wide from Al-Mosher's gold cap. Hipop De Loire nicely positioned in midfield. Ethical Diamond gets a call on the outside of Onesmoothoperator. The grey Shadow Dance and the maroon of Siege of Troy. Enemy comes next just ahead of Real Dream in the checks. Then Gerharber. The grey that's virtually hidden on the outside is Roaring Legend. Then Yashin, who's on the inside. Then behind these, Oneforthegutter. London City on the outside of Stressfree. Charles, and last of all is Subsequent. So now in front, French Master has tried to drop anchor a near 13.5-second furlong. Leads the field by a length with Majestic Warrior. Queenstown slotted in on the running rail. Ascending, the pace has definitely steadied. Fleetfoot racing on the outside of Al-Mosher's, casting the head from side to side. Hipop De Loire options from there in 7th place, just ahead of Ethical Diamond, who's on the girths of his stable companion. Then towards the inside, we have Onesmoothoperator. Midfield for the likes of Siege of Troy. Then behind these, Enemy. Real Dream is in midfield in company with Shadow Dance, Yashin, Gerharber, then Mr. Percy on the outside of Roaring Legend, and the back 5 or 6 on straightening a Stress-Free. Oneforthegutter, then behind these, London City and Charles. Up the centre of the Onesmoothoperator they head. The Ebor is the prize. Out in the lead, French Master leads Majestic Warrior, ascending in the stripes, travelling strongly. Queenstown's Hipop De Loire just behind the leaders. Ethical Diamond forced to change course as Fleetwood backs the near side rail. Al-Mosher towards the right-hand side in company with Enemy and Shadow Dance coming with their runs. Behind those, Gerharber from Onesmoothoperator on the right-hand side. Shadow Dance, the greys move through with Majestic Warrior ascending. Enemy, then Al-Mosher. Queenstown still front rank. Gerharber comes next. Stress-Free is trying hard to close, and then behind these, Subsequent. Now on the near side rail, Ethical Diamond moves through to press ascending. Then Queenstown, the Irish dominate again. Ethical Diamond under the near side, driven to the lead by William Buick. And begins to clear away. Ethical Diamond coming away in the Ebor and will win it decisively. Ethical Diamond for William Buick. Willie Mullins ascending on Queenstown. A 1-2-3 for Ireland. Stress-Free, Real Dream, Hipop De Loire. Behind those, Gerharber, Majestic Warrior, Subsequent. Then Charles, Roaring Legend, Mr. Percy, Shadow Dance.
Wow. That's the kind of win that gets you excited. Ethical Diamond showing he's got a couple of extra gears, and what a week for jockey William Buick. He's won all 3 of the races that this channel featured from York. Maybe I should send him a trophy. Stay tuned for some important information from trainer Willie Mullins regarding the Melbourne Cup.
He's got plenty of promise. It was just the keenness in the early stages, but he was actually not too keen at all today.
That shot there when they were going through, what a wonderful cover of grass, some virgin ground, nothing kicking up, perfect flat racing conditions.
I'll just spin you through the first 7. Sponsors were paying first 7, so we know the winner. He got him settled, Ruby, and he delivered.
He did, Jay. Got on the back of Real Dream early, Ed, which was a treat for him. We were watching it on the drone here. I was roaring at him, just get behind ascending, will you? And he got behind ascending and then got the gap as he needed it. Got through on ascendings inside against the stand side rail. And look, Ray Moore was confident yesterday that he'd get the trip when I spoke to him. He stayed really well. And I imagine Francesca, he will be heading for the Melbourne Cup.
Great news, Ruby. Excellent. I will see you there, because he has won this emphatically, hasn't he? And I wonder what weight he'll get off the back of this. The Australian handicapper likes to assess them himself and give them a weight. But there, it was great to see how well he settled, wasn't it, Jason, from that wide draw? And then he was able to get a lovely smother into the race, just peel out, had the rail, had ascending taking him into it. And then they went off and won.
3 or 4 or 5 points, I don't know. Buick leading.
You know, Willie was Willie said just we're drawn where we're drawn. You know, you're not going to get 2 or 3 off the rail, so you know, don't bustle him early to get into any sort of position. Let him float along down the back, and exactly what I did. And he came beautiful, right? I mean, when the pace stayed up a little bit, he did grab onto it, but I already had a tail to follow. And to be honest with you, I've never won the Ebor before, but I've never had a better ride in the Ebor either. So he got a good trip, and you know, when I asked him to accelerate, he was right there for me. So he's a very talented horse.
He sure is. Do you think he'd be a horse that would go well down under in Australia if that's the route they go?
I think he ticks every box. Yeah, absolutely.
And how would you sum up this week for you? It's been some week, hasn't it?
It's been a great week, thank you, Ollie. Great horses, great week. York do such a great job, great prize money. They're an example to all the other tracks and everywhere in this country.
It just took us a while to get to really get tactics right on him. And William was very good on him there today.
And you always seem to be confident that this was the one over. Hipop De Loire's run a perfectly good race actually under the weight, but
he did, yeah. And but to me, his work is always good. It really tactics are the main key with him. So now we can just up him in grade. You know, hopefully get some black type with him.
Up him in grade or head to Australia for the Melbourne Cup?
No, he won't go to Australia.
Ethical won't?
He won't.
What about Hipop?
Hipop might. We'll have a look, but Ethical won't. No.
Why wouldn't Ethical? Because it looks a logical race for him in some ways.
It does, but he the protocols. The protocols down there wouldn't suit him.
Right. So he might fail the vets, is really what you're saying, yeah?
Well, he might fail the Australian vets, but he wouldn't fail.
Okay, enough said.
With him there today, yeah. So he got a screw in the leg at one stage, and then anything with a screw is not allowed to run, I think.
No way of life. Absurd, instead, he presumably will be going for a Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, that's the plan at the moment. We'll probably give him another run before he goes down there.
Champion of Ireland, champion of England now. To Australia for the Melbourne Cup.
No, he won't go to Australia. No, he won't go to Australia. No, he won't go to Australia.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.